Warning! The following podcast includes spicy content. This level of heat may not be intended for all audiences. No, but seriously, it's hot. Like, spicy. I mean, we might chew food for like 10 seconds, but we don't really swear. And it's not actually dirty. We just talk about hot chicken. So if you like it XXX hot, welcome to the Hot Chix Podcast. Well, hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Hot Chix Podcast, a spicy pilgrimage to the Nashville fried chicken phenomenon. I'm Alex Tinker, and I am joined again with my co-host, Mr. Gregory Gillaspie. Greg, how we feeling today?
I feel like we should, almost have started this episode with previously on the Hot Chix Podcast, because where we left off...
Well, yeah, where we left off was just damaging to all of our internal... Greg, do you want to talk about Helen's again? Because, I mean, they heard the episode.
Yeah, so...
And also, we should talk about what we're going to talk about in this episode.
This is our recap.
Right. We wanted to do this a little bit closer to the end of the year, right? Going into the busy, holiday seasons, and also just the end of the year. Everybody's kind of moving around at that point in time. Gregory actually got married. So, I mean, a lot has happened on our side.
So this recap is almost like of season one. It's almost like a season 2 launch. Almost.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on the end of season 1.
Right. But it's almost time-wise like it's launching into season 2.
That's exactly correct.
So we'll just go over some memories, some things, and where we left off. Helen's. Just to reflect a little bit on that, because we have had time and pain and PTSD to think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever was given to us.
Let's talk about Russell and his amazing concoction.
What Russell gave us was evil.
So, Greg, if I may, I think the last time we recorded, we were in this exact room.
Yes.
And your then fiance at the time looked at us and said, because, our significant others and partners and now wives are part of this. So they get to watch us sometimes, enjoy the side chick and enjoy the hottest of the hot. Mm-hmm. The reason I think this was significant is because Sydney at one point in time looked and said, "It's not even funny to watch you all."
Well, usually it is, but she said that she almost teared up watching us with that one because it was so brutal. It was just not. There was nothing fun or entertaining or funny or animated. It was just horrible.
The after effect was as well.
Yes, it was. For me, it's my number one. Now, for you, you've said it's not, but we have acknowledged that there is something. We technically did not get the hottest thing. He said that there is a waiver that you sign, and he makes it even hotter, which my guess is both sides of that Tinder are coded.
1,000%.
But for me, just based on that alone, it was the hottest thing I've ever eaten. And, usually I think they use a lot of the same stuff with these hottest levels. They use, Reaper powder and stuff. But it has a pretty similar kind of timeline of you can eat it, you can get it down, and it then it kind of has this delayed hit and it just escalates. This had that, but it was also immediate. It was like a gunshot blast to the face. It was so hard. I've never eaten anything like this. It was so hard to take a second bite. We took one bite, looked at each other, said no, and it was I had to reach down to take another bite. I felt my throat closing up. I feel like this is the spiritual successor to the Death Row Challenge at Big Shakes, because what Hot Chicken Ben would tell me about when he tried that is he talked about how his throat closed up, how everything he mentioned, the stomach pain after, it was just horrible. It was just horrible. And to think that it could get hotter, my stance on it is even if it wasn't the hottest, you think Foul Play or Lily's was hotter. My stance is the acknowledgement that Russell can make it hotter. You have to at least say, okay, that's the number one, in my opinion.
No, and great. This is Gregory. We've talked about this offline.
Yeah,
but we need to acknowledge, ladies and gents, we are not gluttons for punishment. We're really not.
No,
we're on a quest for the best. We are looking for the best hot chicken that we can find that encapsulates what the city is about.
Right. When I go to Dino's and I get there just hot, I am perfectly content with that. I don't want it any hotter than that, to be honest.
That's my second base at Foul Play. Not going to lie. That is second base. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I do not need, stealing third. I don't need home run anywhere. I don't need what's Prince's XX hot? The 2X hot?
Triple X.
Triple X. I don't need that.
No.
It's just not, there's a level of desirability. And the reason we do the hottest and the side chick is because we want to show you all, well, okay, who actually has yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
I mean, to think it was the last minute idea before we started this. I don't remember we told that story, but like when talking about the podcast, I was like, but Alex, what if we tried just like half of a tender, of the hottest thing we got, we just split it and, like rank. And Alex, I take more heat than Alex.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
And it just, like, I have some funny memories of Alex eating hot stuff in the past and suffering. And
oh, gosh. Are you thinking of subculture?
Yeah, where you're just shoveling salad in your mouth.
Oh, my gosh.
Not acknowledging it at all. Just normal conversation. You're just sitting there shoveling salad like an anime character eats. And like, I started laughing about it a few episodes into recording this last season, which was like, oh man, I really made Alex go through this because this is not what he this is not his thing. The heat, the crazy heat. And it's not really, I don't know. I refuse to believe anybody is all about this. But
listen, there are a myriad of different posts online of people that are sitting back like, I'm going to get the hottest and I'm going to eat only the hottest of the hot stuff. And that's fine. We acknowledge we are not hot ones. We are not man versus food. We're not these things. What we are focusing on is the culture of hot chicken, the influence in the surrounding areas. And yeah, we, with our creative culinary passions, want to find the best quality hot chicken.
Yeah.
But I am not, and I'll tell anybody this, I'm really not a hot chicken, like heat, just glutton for punishment. I don't want the hottest things. My body does not enjoy the hottest things. I'm one of those few people that if you look at me the next day, you'll openly be able to say, wow, you had a hard night last night, didn't you? And I'm like, no, I ate Fear the Reaper at Lily's. You know what I mean? Like, right. So it's funny to see how far we've come, Gregory, but I think if we are going to talk about this past season,
right,
I think we need to talk about things that we did this season, like the rankings that we currently have, some of the outstanding sleepers, I think need to be called out.
We should just pick our favorite bone-in chicken, favorite tender, favorite sleeper, if we can.
Hey, favorite flavor maybe?
Yeah.
Because we can do that.
And maybe the best deal. I don't know.
I like that. And here's what I'm thinking. This end of the season recap, we're not going to go in depth for everything. We're going to talk about some details, but most importantly, this is to show you, where we are creating our measuring stick, like where we are creating our rubric, because this is a living document that's in my phone that we are ranking everything. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's go through this. I'm going to pull up the lists. I'm going to go through them. Okay. If that's okay.
Yeah.
And we'll start with this recap. First and foremost, I text him this often.
And we agree. Did we ended up pretty much agreeing on these, right?
For the most part, yeah.
You have mine too? Or
I have our standings.
Good, because a lot's happened since, you know, I'd like to say we slept since then, but with Helen's,
Helen's
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's just crazy. It's just so crazy that came from a place that we just thought was going to be a blow off with the hot chick, or the side chick.
No insult to this one. When it came to Helen's at Vandy, we did not expect it.
No, we thought their hottest was just extra hot, and that's, like I said, what I would just order to enjoy. Because
that was what was on the menu. And remember, we go off of the menu most times, all times. So I'm going to go through, let's do the bone-in ranking, okay? And then we'll do tenders. I'll throw fish on there. Okay? And then we'll do heat level. And then we'll explain what we're going to do, because this heat level list was made when we did Helen's.
Right.
Okay? Right. So here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the bone-in rankings that we currently have. Okay. So as it stands right now, season 1, moving forward, number 1 for bone-in is currently Lily's. We currently have Lily's.
I think I agree with that.
I mean, I hope so, because this is just based off of what we talked about past episodes. Number 2 is Hot Stuff. This, I cannot believe that is what that is, but that is currently where we're at.
You know?
Thoughts?
Hot Stuff is great. I've had it since, and Late Bird South.
I mean, seriously, the Late Bird South is there for a reason. I think one of my favorites is the shrimp basket. Seriously, that good. People don't realize it. And that is, by the way, hotly contested. I had somebody reach out to me, and they said there's no way that the that the Hot Stuff south of town is as good as it is. And I said, man, you got to try it, even if it's just DoorDash.
They know how to fry chicken. It's not bad,
and it's consistent from what we've had.
It's pretty cheap too.
It is. So, and that is right off of that one road that we won't mention again. Oh, it's Gregory's favorite road. Yeah,
I've it's been a while.
It's been a while.
That's right.
Yep. We've got number 3,
Blue Hole Road.
To anybody whose speakers just blew out in their ears, he said Blue Hole Road.
I just remembered. Okay.
Yeah. He just got it. I'm so proud of you. Here we go. We've got number 3, Prince's. Number 4 is
Prince. Hang on.
Go ahead.
Prince's Tanger.
Correct. I will make that update. That's a good point.
Because Prince's Nolensville, Prince's Chicken Shack South is maybe number 1. Would be a number one. This was. I don't know. It's really good. I love Prince's.
Have we been? I don't think we've done that.
Not officially.
I think we need to do that in season 2 so that we can get it on the list.
The thing is, we weren't supposed to. We just decided to do a Prince's episode and go to the newest location.
That's right.
Problem with that was we found there was just a big difference in that location.
And consistency.
Yes. And actually, small tangent, but we were recording this on Nashville Hot Chicken Week.
We are.
The Nashville Hot Chicken Week special is different for the Broadway location and the Tanger location versus the Chicken Shack South location, the Nolensville one.
Is that real?
Yes. Therefore, it's maybe different people.
Huh. I don't know if it's different people per se, but if that is the case, then that means that they might have different preparation techniques. Let's talk about that on a recap.
I'm just saying that there is a distinction that on that list, that is the Tanger Outlet Prince's.
Moving forward, we've got Foul Play at number 4. Now, I debate this one because I believe that Foul Play should be right above Hot Stuff. I loved the white meat quarter. I thought it was outstanding. Right after Foul Play at number 4. Wow, it is. Huh. sorry, he just showed me the listing for Prince's.
Two different specials.
So we have at number 5, right after Foul Play, is Helen's at Vandy. This is the middle of our list. And to be honest with you, Russell's doing a great job down there at Helen's right off of Vandy. And it made a midway point on our list.
Fastball hot chicken.
Number 6, and cheap. Also, like it's not expensive. It is something that I've actually suggested to other people since. Number 6, we have Nashville hot chicken and gyro or gyro, as some people may say.
Good, but definitely out there, outside the bell curve of fastball.
It also, if I remember, they only had one or the other. I can't remember. Was it they only had white meat or they only had dark meat?
Only dark.
They only had dark. That's right, because you could get wings.
Yes,
but you could not get a breast quarter.
Can you tell them what you told me?
No, I will save that for a follow-up episode. But I learned something.
What episode? This is the recap.
Nope. That's gonna be special. That's gonna be part of the other small segments that we were talking about. Course corrections. I'll tell you about that in a minute. We have number 7 is BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville. And yeah,
good popsicles.
Great popsicles. I loved their popsicles. Number 8, which is out of no disrespect, but the day we were there, Bolton's was just not hitting. And to be honest with you, it is currently 8 for 8 on our list.
I don't think it was just the day we were there.
I also have heard similar things.
Well, that's what I've experienced recently.
Let's see. I want to see something because something does not quite make sense here. Season 1. Let me go to this real quick. Yeah, because it's number 11. We had Helen's. Oh, the reason my list is off is because we had an episode for our intro and then an episode about gussified chicken. So that's
we don't rank that.
We don't rank
but that would probably be top 5.
Oh, it would be top 3 for me. It would easily be top 3 for me.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I mean, it would to me probably be top 3. Actually, yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
not sure it'd be number 1, but it might be 2. Like, it was great.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would put it probably 2 or 3, but then again, our top ones are different. Okay, tenders. Now we're gonna go on to the tenders list. Tenders is hotly debated between Gregory and I. And we currently have.
No, it's not. We agree on number 1.
We definitely agree on number 1.
Right.
We definitely agree on number 1. Everything past that kind of,
Yeah.
We it's a little bit of a wrestle and very democratic, but we have number 1 is Foul Play.
Yes.
Period. End of story.
Done.
No questions. Those are the best hot chicken tenders I have ever had.
It might even be better than the bone-in.
It might even be better than the bone-in. And
for me.
And for Gregory to say that speaks volumes. Chef Grace, well done. Still the one that caught us off guard.
Yeah.
We have number 2, Lily's is number 2 on this list.
Lily's was great.
Yeah. And to be honest with you,
please,
Chef Chris is one of the few people that I openly believe I have taken visitors from out of town that come in to visit. I'll be like, hey, you want hot chicken? Are you local? Well, let's go to
when I drive
Farmers
Uber.
Market. Yeah,
that's my suggestion for downtown hot chicken.
Is Lily's?
It is because I say don't go. Prince's is hard. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
I don't want to send people to the Broadway. That's right. 5th and Broad food stand one, and I don't want to send them to Hattie B's. So I tell them Lily's.
It's not. For me, it's not so much like I have a couple other locations that I'll also say, hey, you got to try this one. If you like it, you got to try this one. And it's all about how much people are willing to travel, to be honest. They're not. And if they're not, then I pick the place that's the closest to downtown, which is Lily's at the Farmers Market.
Lily's.
Number 3, hot chicken and gyro. Big tenders. They were massive.
A little bit of Blue Hill Road juice on them.
Yeah, a little Hoosier sister. We've got number 4 was Prince's at the Tanger Outlet, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think the one that did it for me was was My Dish. not the one that was on the sandwich, but my actual my dish of tenders themselves.
They were good. They were okay.
Yeah.
They weren't dry.
They weren't dry.
They just weren't crispy. They're fine.
They were
good flavor.
Yeah. Number 5, Helen's at Vandy.
Okay, fastball.
Can we, just to describe this, if we're going to call it fastball straight down the middle, they're actually kind of big for size.
Were they? I don't remember.
They took a while. The side chick was the one that took a little while for us to eat because we had to take a couple extra bites. It was.
I remember it being small and it just being brutal.
It was.
Was it big?
It was. I got a big side of it then.
Oh well, maybe you took it.
Okay. Number 6 was BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville. Okay. Number 7 is Bolton's for that one, and that was not the chicken on the stick. That was the just the tender that we got with, it was, I think extra hot was the hottest that they go there, if I remember correctly. And then number 8 coming in to round up the list was Hot Stuff. And that was the,
interesting.
That was the one that was all the way down. And if I remember correctly, extra breading. It was quite small.
Dry.
It was pretty dry. Which is so weird because their bone-in was cooked to perfection.
Giant.
It was
big pieces of chicken.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that was the difference.
Big chicken.
That one got me. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay.
So hang on though.
Yeah.
Dino's.
Now, okay.
I think you can put Dino's on this list.
Do you think so?
It's
now okay. To do the argument. To do this argument, is Dino's a hot chicken restaurant?
It's not. But to me,
because here's the deal. If we're going to do this, this is going to set a precedent that locations that have Nashville hot chicken tenders can be on the tenders list.
I think they can. But if there's a place that just has bone in, I think it can also be on the bone in list. I don't know how many of those places exist.
Okay, hold on.
But
I am willing to add that in under the stipulation.
Dino's is also, some of these places, like there's a lot of places on Broadway that we don't need to try.
Ding.
But
yeah,
but that's okay. Dino's has actually been
an establishment
nominated for like voted for best hot chicken in Nashville. Which again, to me, it's not hot chicken because it's hot chicken tenders. But
I'm not saying that I want corporate restaurant number 63 to tell me that they have chicken tenders on the menu that I have to come to. But if it's something like Dino's that is an establishment in the city that has been nominated by the individuals, not the companies themselves, paying to be on a list of nominees, you know what I mean? I would be willing to add that to that list because I wholeheartedly believe that if it is an established restaurant that put the work into it to make a great dish, I think they deserve it.
The thing is, the reason I kind of campaign for it a little bit is, first of all, like I like Dino's flavor, and to me, Dino's tenders are kind of like a standard. Like they're a good like I don't think they're as good as foul play, but they're a good standard kind of thing. Like
I think,
where would I put them? Personally, I would probably put them before we decide if we want to put them on there. I'd probably put them below Lily's. Probably number 3.
So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna yes and. Okay. The salt. The salt is the only reason.
What about it?
It's just a bit too much for me.
It just depends.
Can I tell you though? 2 out of 3 times that I've been there, the past 2 times, and I've had the it's been salty. So what I'm thinking is maybe not 3. I would settle for number 4.
But
hit me.
But
yes.
Gus's wasn't too salty.
Gus's was not too salty
with the flavoring.
Correct.
So I have had it and be too salty. I definitely have.
Yeah.
And I've had it be overcooked. I've had I've had all the combinations,
of course.
But I've had it where it's not. And so for me,
we're going on the day of though. Remember, because that's the thing.
To me, the day of, I think it was overcooked. It was Dip's birthday, and he was just.
Everybody was celebrating with him. To be honest with you, though, this is how I'm going to look at this. This is how I'm going to look at this. I would put it not at 3 below Lily's. I'd put it at 4 below Hot Chicken and Nero.
Really?
Yes. Because it was still great flavor. It was still great. The marinade was perfect. They were cooked well. It was just a little salty. And I think that Hot Chicken and Nero, for the size and the consistency that day,
they're well cooked, but it's outside the curve of traditional. I would say I prefer the flavor of the more traditional Nashville hot flavor of Dino's.
I agree with that.
But, you know, I mean,
I would agree with that.
I'll put them on, personally. I mean, I think
3 or 4, because I would.
Well, we have separate lists, right?
Well, not for tenders. Tenders are the one that
I see.
We have one list.
For the reason that I know Dino's can be better than when we had it, which maybe is unfair because I have it all the time.
Well, and you've called me out on this because I wanted to save a spot for a certain tender, and you looked and you said day off. So I'm holding you to the same standard that you held me that day.
Which one was that?
I forget the day, but I will go back through and I will find that clip of you saying, no, we don't do that. It's the day of.
Well, what was I talking about? Prince's, which by day of it.
Yes.
By day of, that meant that location.
Correct.
That location is not the same thing as day of.
In the ranking, we were going by.
But that's the Tanger Outlet Prince's.
Correct. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's not get on a tangent. If we're going to add locations onto this, it is when we have them.
I mean, I don't think for me, I don't think it would change because I still.
You think third?
Yeah, because I think I prefer the flavor, the traditional flavor, which hot chicken gyro was good, big tenders, but it's not traditional flavor. It was good. It was like, again, it was almost Asian-y. Like it
had a twist, yeah.
Which we think is Who's Your Sister?
We do.
But so that's why I put it there. But
okay, if that's the case, and that is your argument, I think that the quality of the chicken and how it was cooked that day. You know what? Happy birthday dip. I'll put it third.
Oh man.
I mean, quite literally, we're not gonna be able to line up Dip's birthday. We're not gonna be able to line that up ever again. Happy birthday, Dip. Dino's is number 3 on our list because of that, and it was that close of the ranking. So there you go, Dip. You got it. Tenders we currently have, and I'm gonna run through this pretty quick. We got Foul Play, Lily's, Dino's, Nashville Hot Chicken and Nero, Prince's at the Tanger Outlet, Helen's at Vanderbilt, BJ Hot Chicken up in Hendersonville, Bolton's, and Hot Stuff rounding out the list. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw fish out there pretty quickly, just very quickly.
Easy.
Okay. Number 1, Lily's. Absolutely.
Easy. Number 2, Bolton's, then everything else falls off.
That's exactly correct.
And honestly, for some reason, if you are a fan of catfish, we recommend you Bolton's. But if for some reason you're not a fan of catfish, because there are a lot of people that aren't, Lily's.
Is it Sway or Swat?
Sway.
It's get the hot lemon pepper. I've gone back. I've gotten it. It's worth it. It's amazing. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was exactly the list. The list that we had for fish was Lily's, Bolton's, Helen's at Vanderbilt, Foul Play, and then Hot Stuff.
Now the sleeper's gonna be tough.
Ooh.
The best sleeper of season 1.
I know mine.
I know yours.
I know
but
mine.
I don't remember all of them, so we're gonna have to go over it.
I don't have that. Hold on.
For the record, Alex's is Foul Play.
Oh, mine's absolutely Foul Play. The Joseph's tenders. Get the Joseph's tenders tossed in second base. It is the best dish.
But do you remember the Hattie or the Helen's one?
Helen's was it was the waffle, wasn't it?
Waffle. I was talking about that the other day.
Dude, it's so many people don't realize that the waffle. Okay,
$4, basically a small cake.
Oh wait, can we? And then after this, we're gonna do heat. It was a small cake. It was massive. It's $4, and you're getting something that's almost twice as high as a Waffle House waffle.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Russell, when we walked in, we looked and we were like, I see you have waffles here. How are they? What was the other one that we got? Let's see. Let's just go down the list. We had Foul Play. I know mine. Helen's at Vanderbilt. I know that one. Lily's.
That was the fish.
Fish was the fish sandwich. It was killer. Prince's was the sandwich, the sweet heat sandwich. Remember the sweet heat sandwich?
Oh, I do.
I love that sweet heat sandwich. They also had a watermelon tea that was wonderful. I drank like 2 cups of that one.
Interesting. I didn't hear. Okay.
Yeah, that was back in April. And then Bolton's. Bolton's was we tried a lot that day.
It wasn't the spaghetti.
It was not the spaghetti. Didn't really do it for us. I'll have to go back and listen.
The fish?
It was probably the fish, to be honest with you. BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville. Do you remember the popsicles?
Yes.
Those things were wonderful.
That's not going to win, but they were very good.
Yeah. And then we had Hot Chicken and Hot Chicken and Nero, the fries.
Was it the fries?
It was the fries. Fries were the loaded fries were the sleeper on that one. The loaded fries were outstanding.
Okay.
Hot stuff. I got to be honest with you.
The shrimp basket.
The shrimp basket.
So
shrimp basket and Joseph's tenders from Foul Plate. Those were I would say those were my 2.
So I can easily say on that list, man, for me it would be between Foul Plays, Joseph's sandwich, Lily's fish, and probably Helen's waffle and Prince's sandwich.
I was gonna
Those
say,
are all
yeah,
good.
And in the shrimp basket, dude.
No, I can throw out the shrimp basket as a winner because it was great, but I just wouldn't put it to, like, if I had to compare the shrimp basket versus Lily's fish, I'm gonna take Lily's fish.
Give me two. Pick 2, because I know my 2.
I think I can drop Prince's sandwich, even though I love it.
I've eaten it since.
At the South location?
At the South. Not at the South location, at the Tanger Outlet.
Oh, I think it's better at the South location.
I would need to try it.
But it's still really good, right? Like, it's so good.
It's consistent too. Like the flavor of the sweet heat, it's consistent.
It's so good. I don't think I'm going to choose it though.
Give me 2.
The 3.
Okay, 3. Give me 3.
Is the Joseph's, the Sway, and the waffle.
Yep. Can I tell you something? I know I've already said my top 3. My number 1, Joseph's tenders, but I'm gonna agree with you. Those 3 are my top 3 for this past year.
They're so different
season
because part of me, there's different ways to look at this. The Sway, the Lily's is the best fish in town.
There's no competition,
and so. Am I really going to say that's not the sleeper at Lily's, the best fish? They have the best fish in town. So far of what we had. The Joseph's tenders are so unique, and like something that you wouldn't necessarily order. And it's the true sleeper.
Actually, and the sides.
Oh,
the sides at Foul Play. Don't forget.
But that was that would have been the sleeper.
Had it not been for the Joseph's tenders.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Man, we may have to give it to them just for the sake of them having so many sleepers.
So to give everybody an idea, I am looking to print out, I have certificates, and I want to print this out to all of the locations and give them to them. And we're going to go through and I'm going to say, best, right. Best this, best this, best this.
Let me finish that line of thought because the justification for each one. The waffle at Helen's was so good, such a good deal, best value of the sleeper, and it's so cheap. And I mean, there's so much justification for that too. I think I will agree with you that the Josephs are the best sleeper because it's probably the best thing on their menu. And they might just get the nudge of like, well, it's got to be that good if you aren't picking the sides because the sides were so good. They have the best sides of any hot chicken restaurant.
I will wholeheartedly agree. We just talked about the sides at dinner this evening.
Yeah, because dinner sides weren't that good.
We're gonna spoilers, but we're not gonna say where we went. Looking at this though, I agree. And honestly, if anybody wants to, if it wasn't said, the other point that Gregory made with the Sway or the SWAT or whatever it was, Sway at Lily's, y'all, it's the best fish sandwich if you're going to a hot chicken place and you want a hot fish sandwich, it's the best fish sandwich that you're going to find in Nashville. Period.
It might even be the best fried fish, period, in Nashville. Might be.
I will agree with that.
It might be. I don't know. I mean, it's just so good.
So, okay, those are the best. Let's go over the heat levels that we have, and then let's explain how this is going to be modified. Okay? As it stands right now, the hottest that we have is Foul Play. I'm not going to adjust it, but this is where the last time that we did this was the night that we recorded. Okay? Number 2 was Helen's at Vanderbilt. Number 3 was Lily's. Then we have Prince's. Then Bolton's. Then we have BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville. Then we had Hot Chicken in Nero. Then we had Hot Stuff. Now, the fallout of Helen's at Vanderbilt has me realizing, and we talked about this the next day, we cannot keep this list the way that it is.
Especially considering that technically,
yes,
he can make it hotter.
And that is the whole... Now...
He wouldn't even give it to us.
He wouldn't give it to us. But this is where things change. Gregory, he said, Russell being he at Helen's near Vanderbilt, he said he could, but what was the stipulation?
We'd have to sign a waiver.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as of this moment, ending season 1, going into season 2, we, the Hot Chicks, are going to institute what we are calling the waiver wars. I'm not excited in any way, shape, or form, and it will lead to a lot of difficulty and a lot of pain.
We don't even fully have the logistics mapped out quite yet. We're not sure how we're going to do it, but the idea would be test each one of these places that require a waiver.
That's correct.
And so far, that's just those two, right?
So,
because Lily's did they make you sign a waiver at Lily's?
No. Now, if I could, okay, here's what I'm going to do, right? Because you got third base at Foul Play, correct?
I don't remember.
So here's what I'm thinking. Okay.
What was third base?
Third base was the one before we had to sign the waiver.
I got it like
on like it was something.
Really?
Didn't you?
I don't remember.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. If we get something and we have to sign a waiver for it, I say we also get one of the tier that we don't have to sign a waiver for. Okay? So like the hottest that we can get without a waiver. Okay?
We'll figure that out. There's several logistical things as far as like how much we space them out and all that. So
because here's the thing, if we're going to do this at this point in time, number 1 of the waiver wars that we currently have is Foul Play because we had to sign a waiver for it.
Well, that's the only one.
It's the only one that we've had so far. Now, outside of that, the hottest we have not had to sign a waiver for, without a doubt, no questions asked, the pain that came with it, we wholeheartedly knew, Helen's at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and I disagree. I mean, I still think the Helen's was hotter.
But here's the thing, I'm keeping them separate because he could make it hotter.
No. I'm saying what we got for me was
hotter than...
Yes. That was the hottest thing I've ever eaten.
I cannot agree with that. I think that the hottest thing was Foul Plays.
Foul Plays was very hot. To me, Foul Plays and Lily's were both very similar and very close. I did not have a hard time finishing that tender, and then I had to deal with the aftermath. Helen's, again, it took some serious strength to take another bite.
So we're gonna go through this. Currently on the list, I have the waivers on the top, and the only one that I have is Foul Play.
But some of these places with waivers would fall way below.
Agreed.
Like would fall way below Prince's or something like that. Sometimes, a lot of times, the waivers are a joke.
But technically, we did not have the hottest thing from Helen's at Vanderbilt, which is why Foul Play was above that one because I thought that was hotter than Helen's at Vanderbilt until the next day. Helen's at Vanderbilt is the hottest thing that we've eaten. Period, bar none. It's the hottest thing I've eaten.
It's the hottest thing I've eaten.
It is number one on the list of heat. But I do want to do a waiver war. I want to make sure I'm keeping.
I think we can throw down. We can do a waiver wars, but personally, the hottest thing I've ever eaten is that Helen's Tender, and and I don't even think it's close. I'd say if that's a 10, I would say Lily's and Foul Play are like 8s.
So
I think it's that big of a difference.
Here's what we got. Okay, I'm putting non-waivers in here. Okay, I've got. And this is not, y'all, listen, don't go out and start bothering Russell to get the hottest thing that you can. Trust me, it's not worth it. We've got, for the waiver wars, number 1, Foul Play. It's the only one that we've got with a waiver war. Number 2, non-waivers. Number 1, Heat, period. And look, I added, look at what number 2 is.
I see.
Okay. So we have number 1 on the non-waiver, or on the Heat level. We have Helen's at Vanderbilt. Number 2, Foul Play jumps in. Okay. Number 3 is Lily's. Fear to Reaper. Fear to Reaper sucked.
That sucked.
That one sucked. Number 4, Prince's. Number 5, Bolton's. And I really am taking into account it was a 106-degree day on that point in day, and it's a cinder block room with no windows.
We didn't eat the tender. We ate it live, though.
I'm still sticking to it. I think the dry spice had something to do with it. Number 6, BJ Hot Chicken in Hendersonville. Yeah.
Nothing to add to that?
What?
Oh, never mind. Not BJ.
Yeah. Number 7. Number 7 is Hot Chicken in Nero. Number 7, Hot Chicken in Nero. What we got that day was absolutely a mix of their Nashville High and the Buffalo. The one that they had written down was not. It's a combination. And from what I was told the last time I went in, that is how they write. That's how they do some of their sauces. It's just a combination. And if you say make it hot, they make it hot. They believe mixing buffalo sauce with something is going to make it hot. It didn't.
Right.
For us was nothing. That was the update that I said I would add in there. And then number 8 was a dusting of cayenne pepper, and that was just hot stuff. That did nothing. It was.
I don't even know if cayenne's maybe hotter than.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Anyway, so that's the
dusting
heat.
of paprika.
That's the heat. And then I think, to be very honest with you, I think that's all of them that we have so far. Gregory, to be honest, I think we need to take a quick recap of if I said what was the most surprising dish that you had this season. Surprising. Whether it's the best of one of the categories that you didn't expect, maybe it was the coolest side, just top of your head. It's not.
Joseph's is just what comes to mind immediately, but we've been talking about that, and there has been some time. So I don't know if anything else is going to jog my memory.
To be honest, it's funny you say that. The one that was going to get me, and I know this is throwing it way back, but the one that was going to get me was going to be the lemon pepper fish at
surprising.
Lily's. Yeah.
What was surprising about that, though?
It was the fact that the fish was, a large fillet. It was light. And some fish, after about 2 minutes, will get greasy. This, because of preparation, because of how they maintain it. I don't know if they freeze it. I don't know. But it maintained crisp for a solid, I want to say, like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't surprising to me because fish is easier to do than chicken. I think, from my experience, most of these hot chicken places have pretty good fish. And so it wasn't surprising. It wasn't that surprising that it was good. What was surprising was that it was that good. And so
I like that, though, because it's a good kind of bookmark and a bookend of, interesting things that we found.
Right.
Any last thoughts on the recaps? We're not going to do this moving forward the whole time because we would spend 2 hours going through each and individual thing.
No, it was good. We thank you to Mr. Sam Harrison for giving us some amazing history of each of these places, and we learned a lot. We got to try a lot of things, and we're going to keep going. And
Sam Harrison will come back in season 2.
Oh yeah,
This is the end of a Marvel MCU movie.
Sam Harrison maybe has already recorded some things for us that we haven't used for future episodes, but obviously there's several big places we haven't hit yet, and they're coming. They're all coming. And
well, that's a great launch pad. Let's talk about the things that we're going to work up, and we're going to do a couple things in this next upcoming season. Gregory, do you want to tell them about the idea that you had? And this is for a couple, you actually, I think, came up with the name, the Hot Chix Fix.
So, yes, you can maybe clarify what it is, because it's shorter episodes where we just talk about some of the rest dedicated to certain episodes that don't get full episodes. Certain places, like for instance, this was Hot Chicken Week. We tried a lot of things. Maybe doing a Hot Chix Fix just for each one of the ones we tried. Something like that, just to throw up online, and just a quick little recap, quick little summation. Some of these places when we go out of town and try, because
now that's really what I was hoping you would bring up.
Yeah, so Sydney and I have made a tradition now of, if we're in a new place, checking out the hot chicken, which seems so counter to what we should do, because it's, we live in Nashville and we're trying hot chicken elsewhere. But anyway, it's been fun, and so making Hot Chix Fix episodes for those, putting them online, putting them on the social media.
I also have coming from my side of the fix. I'm reaching out to different organizations, different food purveyors, and everything of the sort. We had mentioned when Whataburger did their Nashville hot chicken bites. Right. I want to talk about flavors, and it's not just about where you can get hot chicken here in Nashville. I also want to talk about where you can get a Hot Chix Fix. If you are on the road, maybe you're craving something and you want the best dry spice. And you know that Aldi has dry spice that says Nashville hot chicken. How does it compare to other dry spices? Costco is a great example. And this is where it comes down is, hey, I don't know if
what does it taste like if you grab the dry spice from Costco and throw it on the hot dog there? We do an episode for that.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine their pizza with some of the Nashville hot spice on it?
I try not to think about their pizza.
Oh, I do all the time. It's the greatest deal. $10 for the biggest pizza.
When I have kids, that might change.
Yeah, it's the size of a tire. Might change.
For now,
no, that's like a Tuesday delicacy for me and my lady. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. That's one option. We're also going to incorporate some interviews. We're currently speaking to a couple different parties, and this is actually something I've been working on since about
like Green Party and
yeah, I know. Calm down now. No, these are individuals that have a hand in the Nashville hot chicken scene. I'm very excited about that. But you're going to hear those as well, and then also we're going to have our main. Episodes, just like we always do. Get prepared for those. But all that to be said, friends and folks, I'm just very excited for season 2.
We do need to have a moment of silence
for
Blue Hole Joe.
He's just not here. I just don't have him
Alex
right now.
Forgot him.
It's listen, Blue Hole Joe.
Not here, but not forgotten.
He's not dead, y'all. He's just, you know what? Okay. And then I think the biggest point, other thing that I'd like to say is we're working on merch that you can purchase if you're a fan, and we're hoping to have that up in, a couple weeks from when this goes live. So friends, it might be something that if you want a hoodie or a shirt or a sticker or something like that, we'll have a link. And outside of all of that, I'm kind of excited. Gregory, anything else before we close out and wrap up season 1?
Poor Blue Hole Joe.
He's just not here right now. Blue Hole Joe
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. The people want Blue Hole Joe.
They want Blue Hole Joe.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Anything else that you're excited for season 2?
I'm just excited for him to come back.
Okay, Gregory, let's be serious.
I feel like that kid from Dark Knight Rises. Is he coming back?
I
don't know.
Is there anything you're excited about for season 2?
You and more chicken.
I'm excited for you as well. That was very sweet. Okay, here we go. I'm good with closing. What do you think?
Close it out.
Here we go. Friends, folks, and fellow poultry fanatics, thank you. And I'll say on behalf of Gregory and I, be safe, keep it spicy, and as always,
just wing it.
Can we get that clean, actually, if you don't mind? And as always,
just wing it.
Take me for a ride. Please, babe, say you feel it too. Envy, lust, gluttony. Oh, pretty babe, we're far from free. The 7 deadly sins of loving you.